What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel where I try to provide for you guys the best advice on business, entrepreneurship, or finances, whichever one it is. Today I actually have a new series for y'all where I will be discussing mentors, different people that have actually inspired me in business, entrepreneurship, finances, anybody that gives me solid advice on any of those topics. The first person we're going to talk about is actually Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V. Some of you guys probably know him already, but he is actually the very first person that kind of got me into this whole business entrepreneurship world that I'm kind of living in right now. I actually stumbled upon him on accident on a YouTube video. I don't remember if I was actually doing, I was going to go to the gym or I just needed some motivation for the day. Whatever I was doing, I stumbled upon him on a YouTube video. I think it was called The Greatest Speech Ever. I know the person that uploaded it's by the Mulligan Brothers. I'll actually link it down in the description below if you guys want to go check it out. It starts off straight away with Gary V. It might switch off to other people, but that video is really good, and that's actually how I stumbled upon him at first. So obviously Gary is an entrepreneur. He is actually on the top of my list of mentors when it comes to entrepreneurship, actually over everything. He's actually on the top of my list when it comes to everything, when it comes to YouTube, podcasts, anything that has to do with motivation, entrepreneurship, business. He is on the top of that list. Now the funny thing is he is on the top of my list right now, but when I first found him, I actually hated him at first. I actually didn't even watch the video. I remember I listened to it for maybe a couple of minutes. He was just kind of making me mad, as he does say in some of his videos, some of his speeches that he gives, or some of his keynotes that he gives. He talks about how he makes people kind of hate him when they first watch him, and I kind of understand why. He kind of pressures you and kind of makes you see that you're just making excuses for all the things that you were not doing. What I mean by that is a lot of people just make up excuses as to why they can't start a business, why they don't do this, why they don't do that. Just kind of like how I wasn't, or how I was waiting to start this YouTube channel. He kind of forces you to do the stuff that you want to do but are just making excuses not to do. So I did dislike him at first, but it didn't last too long. I think I waited a couple days. I went to the gym and I actually went and found that video again and listened to the whole speech over again, just because I wanted to see why he was saying the stuff that he was saying. Because he was saying stuff like, you know, cut all the bullshit out, just stop making excuses, and just kind of suffocating me. How he says he suffocates a bunch of people, that's literally what he was doing to me when I first listened to it. Second time around, I actually did listen to the whole thing, and then it was just like a roller coaster after that. I just watched a ton of his videos, a bunch of keynotes, a bunch of Ask Gary V's. That's kind of a segment he does on his channel where he talks with other entrepreneurs on their businesses and how they did it and their stories and all that. I definitely recommend you guys go watch those if you guys want some cool maybe ideas or kind of inspiration for your businesses. So there are a lot of things that I like about Gary, but I'm kind of going to give you guys maybe five around there things that I really like about him that he puts out there to his whole audience. So the number one thing that I actually take away from him and took away from him from the beginning, and if you guys follow him, you guys might already know what this is. The number one thing for me is the hustle. He recommends you hustle for hours and hours and hours. Just hustle your butt off through everything. But he doesn't just say to hustle hard, he also wants you to hustle smart, which is what he says he does. Whenever people say, you know, you're hustling hard but I'm hustling smart, well, he says he does both. And I definitely use that in my life as well. Also, he speaks about humility and being kind to everybody pretty much. He speaks of how you should be kind to your workers, people around you, anybody that's just around you in general. You should be kind. Have humility when it comes to anything that you do, because it'll make you go further in life. And he just offers so much value when it comes to business perspectives and what you should be thinking when you're starting your entrepreneurship kind of whole journey, because you see a bunch of stuff online of people being famous already from when they're like 18 or whatever, and you think you need to achieve that at a certain age, but he speaks about how you shouldn't have those thoughts in your head at all. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you listen to some of his stuff, then you guys would know, or once you guys go check him out, you guys will know that it does not matter your age. You can start your journey wherever you are. And even if you think you're old already, he kind of shows you and kind of talks about how he's already like 40 something and how he still feels super young, so you shouldn't worry about being old either. Another thing that he talks about a ton in his content is actually loving what you do, and instead of worrying just about the money, kind of worry about loving what you do more than that. An example could be like, let's say you're making $50,000 at this job that you like really hate, and then you're making maybe $35,000 to $40,000 at this job that you love doing, whatever it could be. Maybe your photography or whatever, art, whatever you're doing. but you love that job, he recommends you actually keep that $35,000 job, something that you actually love doing and are actually happy to do, instead of that $50,000 job that is literally making you miserable in your life. So those are some of the things that you guys will find in his content once you guys go and check him out. If you guys would like to go check him out, I highly recommend it. He owns Vaynermedia, which is kind of like an advertisement company that he owns. Also, he was in charge or kind of running Wine Library when he was in business with his dad. He does not own any part of Wine Library, but he helped his dad grow into like $1 million, multi-million dollar company when he was there. Now, where I recommend you guys follow him is definitely on his YouTube channel. He pretty much posts there almost every single day. His Instagram and Snapchat, I follow him on both of those. It kind of gives you like that little bit of extra motivation throughout your weeks. Whenever you're kind of having a hard time, he can give you some extra motivation. Also on his Snapchat, he posts up kind of like wallpapers for your phone, where you can put as your screensavers, and that can kind of help you too. I actually put those as my screensaver sometimes too whenever I need it. And those could include like some of the quotes that he says, some of his like super hard rules that he talks about, kind of like hustle hard and hustle smart and all that type of stuff. So definitely when it comes to a mentor for entrepreneurship, Gary Vaynerchuk is definitely on the top of that list for me, and probably for a ton of people. Even if you're watching this video right now, you probably know or have heard of Gary Vaynerchuk already. If you guys didn't like him when you first kind of saw something about him, I would recommend you guys go and just try to check him out again. It might give you a different perspective on him that second time that you watch him, and just go into it with an open mind and actually hear what he has to say. So you guys, that is pretty much it for this mentor video on Gary Vaynerchuk. I hope you guys go and follow him. He will give you a ton of value throughout your day, whether that be on entrepreneurship, business, or just on life and being happy with whatever you're doing. He doesn't say that you have to be rich and to be successful or anything like that. So I promise for the majority of you that just want to be happy, doing whatever you guys want to do, being creators, whatever you guys want to do, he will definitely inspire you in multiple ways. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure to do that down below. I will be providing a bunch more mentor videos like this, and also other stuff on business, finances, and entrepreneurship throughout the week. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Maybe you guys can go check him out if you guys like him and actually find a lot of value in him. Maybe come back and like this video, or if you guys just enjoyed it in general, just give it a thumbs up. That would really help out the channel. But that is pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next video.